What up, though, everybody? It's your boy, known as Jay, coming at y'all real quick, man. Ooh, I meant to mute y'all. But yeah, what's going on? I want to say, give a couple minutes before I fully start. Let a couple people get in here and give about almost 2 minutes or so, and then I'll get this thing rolling. All right, be right back. All right, y'all. It's your boy, known as Jay, man. I just wanted to come. First off, I want to start off, man. Sing prayers to them. I do have family down there. They going through a bit nasty hurricane situation right now. So I know Detroit. We not somebody that normally get a lot of floods and stuff like that, but we as far as hurricanes go. But yeah, man, just prayers up to those, man. If you got family in Florida, send my prayers to you guys. And yeah, man, I gotta say, we about to get into some Lions talk. About to try to drop some guys in here in a second. And just a moment, guys. Just a moment. All right. So this past Sunday, Detroit Lions end up losing to the Minnesota Vikings by 4 points. Uh, at this point in time, the Lions started off the game pretty decent. Missed the field goal, but they ultimately started off with a 14-0 lead. Then that quickly turned to 14-7, which ultimately turned into 14 and whatnot. The Lions had opportunities, as we know, to win this game, and I'm gonna just be honest. A lot of stuff went right, and a lot of stuff definitely went wrong. And I do come away for first off during the end of the game and throughout parts of the game, I was on Twitter, kind of not lashing out, but just kind of I had the caps on, and I was screaming because I was seeing what we were doing wrong, but I wasn't screaming. Like I was just typing real loud because I'm like, oh God, we not running the football. There was times we threw too much, and there was times we ran probably too much at the wrong time. It was a little of everything that caused us to lose this game. And first off, this is still a young team, and I came away saying that this is the head coach, and he's partially responsible for this because the way I see it is that you have to make adjustments when you got the lead, when you're trying to come back. You have to make adjustments as a coach to say, you know what, we need to keep running the ball. We got a lead. This the best player on offense just went out. Let's take this, knock this defense in, and make them have to do to Matthew Stafford to come back, which is sort of what they kind of did, but it was some miscues late in the game. There's a lot of people angry right now and already jumping off ship, and it's kind of funny because Dan Campbell called this out before the season started. He said, it was regarding to the whole hard knocks thing. It was right after that final episode, and he's like, yeah, everybody's hyped up and happy about the whole thing, scenario with the cameras rolling. But if I start all 0-3, or in this case 1-2, most people be ready to run me out of town. And he wasn't lying about that because that's what the energy was from the Detroit Lions fan base this past Sunday. And hold this past Sunday, and I'm telling y'all, man, that was just not uh, a good thing, man. Like you can't turn ship that quick. You knew what this was since last year when they got there. When they fired Matt Patricia, you knew you had to think at some point they were going to go full coastal rebuild. And at the end of the day, I know people have standards for wanting to win every game, and I know it sucks when you see a team that's in the game and then they lose it right at the last few moments and stuff like that, and you see what went wrong, and you keep asking yourself, why is this keep happening? Why is this happening? And the first thing that comes to mind, everybody's like, "Yo, same old Lions, same old Lions." And the catch is the real issue is that the Detroit Lions have to get better. They need more talent. They got to get healthy. Brad Holmes made it his mission to draft players that were injured, and that's kind of on him. Right now, out of this regime, I'm sorry to say this. Some people may say I'm wrong for this, but he kind of looks like the weak link for that. You know what I'm saying? I understand when you look at the talent on some of the players he's been scoping these last couple of years. I get it why he wanted to take that risk, but at the same time, in our situation where we're a team that was this thin, especially coming into the year last year, you knew you was going have a thin roster by the end of that season, and you needed some guys. You knew guys you had on the roster probably weren't going to return next year, and you weren't going to either allow them to be they weren't going to be able to win their spot on the roster. So this is your idea to go draft and get guys who were supposed to be game changers, and we were told that. And when I hear the word game changer, it's usually labeled a player that's not just starting, but so good he changes the game for me. And that's what I think of when I hear that term. These guys are rotational players. I'm trying to get somebody in there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on just a second. But yeah, I'm sorry about that, everybody. So I'm saying that this team needs some work. Like I said, you got a lot of people angry, ready to, they're ready to throw blows right now, man, because the pass rush really didn't show up. I saw hits and rush at times. Like I said, we had game drives where we stopped them. We just didn't respond and keep the gas on the metal the proper way on offense, and that's just the actions of a young team. You could still tell there's chemistry, things that they're still working out on, and that's ultimately why we lost this game. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. Yo, what up, though, Drew? Detroit Drew in the house. What's going on, bro? What is good with you, brody? Glad you can make it. Shout out to my main man. Yeah, just talking about the situation with the game, man. A lot of people blaming MCDC for this. I'm on the verge of not. I mean, I blame him, but I'm not like run him out of town. Blame him. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, just chilling, man. Been wanting to do this stream for quite a few days now, Drew. Just what it was, man. He's You're welcome to come on in if you want. I know you got the baby and all, but yeah, what it was, your boy had to work these last couple of days, so I wasn't really able to drop a review for the game. I had too much to do Sunday after the game was over, so I've been waiting all to Wednesday, which is today, to come do this, which is why I'm on here now. And I'm just saying, man, I'm trying to wait for some more people to get here, but it's a real huge issue where this hate he needs to learn from his mistake. Yeah, he does. He does. And you know what? I have speculations what's going on too with the offense on why they keep consistently shooting themselves in the foot on game management when they have these leads and not freaking running the ball when they had the option to do. Because like even though DeAndre Swift went out the game with the injury, it was it wasn't like Jamal Williams wasn't getting good yards. He was getting good runs even in the early part of the game. So I feel like some of it, I think, is intentional. I swear, if I had to take a wild guess on why we do this, is because they know that there's still chemistry problems with Jared Goff and some of the other receivers, and I feel like they're trying to find a way to force the chemistry. Yeah, we gotta find a day not to do a show. Yeah, Saturday's been looking rough for me, bro. Saturday's been looking rough for me on the above the rim, man. That's the part of the reason what was sticking me in. Plus now I work every other weekend too. So Saturdays is rough for me. In a sense. Like the best day you probably could possibly catch me. And even then still consistent because my schedule be like all over the place. So I would say Friday would probably be a day you can catch me, especially like this Friday, because I should be home and whatnot theoretically. Oh, I gotta guess. What's up, Big Willie?
No, Miss, what's the word, man?
No, what's the word, man? No, just up here doing the stream. Finally got somebody on the show. You the first person on the channel. Damn,
Is that right? Is that right? Well, you know what?
yes.
I'm glad I'm the first person to welcome you into the streaming world, man. What's going on with you, sir?
Oh man, talking about the you see the title of the stream is the blame game.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when it's come to the with the Lions and the Blues, and somebody always got to be to blame.
Yeah. And I'm glad I got you in here. Saying yeah, I feel you, Drew. But yeah, I'm glad I got you in here too because you already know which one I'm about to start off with this whole thing that needs to stop the blame. That's involving the guy who's known as the number 2 pick in the draft. And right there, I want to talk about a couple things, and maybe you might actually remember this even better than I did. When we took Ndamukong Suh back in 2010, correct me if I'm wrong. Who did this young as explosive as he was? We knew that he was that dude when we drafted him. We all knew he should have been a pick. But as good as Suh was, did he or did he not come into a defensive line that had, if I'm correct, Kyle Bosch, a well-known veteran edge rusher that was known for getting multiple sacks. That Sports Brown over here with him from Tennessee. That was on his last few years, to be fair. He had a veteran in Corey Williams and somebody else on that other end too. So when I look at and compare to Aiden Hutchinson right now, who is an edge rusher, let's be honest, he ain't Suh. Nobody ever said that, but you can't. I mean, somebody was go number 1, somebody was go number 2, somebody else go so on and so on. My problem is with the blame game towards him and pointing him out when there's plenty of blame to go around, is that he's playing with practice squad and guys who have never even been starters on this D line compared to a guy like Suh who had veterans to come in. And like, oh, did I lose you? Oh, Willie, what? Willie, what's? Oh, snap! Did something happen? Okay. Wow. I guess he might have lost connection. He'll probably come back in. I don't know. Wow. Okay, Willie, try to get back. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it going. Okay, here this probably am I.
Yeah, to jump in, jump back out.
Oh, okay.
I seen that as far as like trying to put some blame on um,
Aiden.
Hutchinson, which
Yeah.
is kind of asinine to me, just for the simple fact that yes, he's still a rookie.
Right.
And there, there's a lot of people because of where he was picked at and where he came from, they want to nitpick and say he doesn't have this and that, which is asinine. If you look at anybody, as far as like the end goes,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna take them some adjustment, to be in the NFL. Nobody, I don't even recall for years, nobody come in and was just straight lights out at the DN position. So to put that blame in, it's asinine.
And I think then the only closest player that came that close was Ziggy. With he had 7-8 sacks his first couple of years, but he didn't really blow up till Sewell and was gone, and that that was really a 3-year thing.
Yeah, and with him, injuries really, took him out. So, this blame thing, man, it's just a fan reaction, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just but for me, it's I got people that that I talk to on a personal level. That's not even on YouTube. These guys come in, they weren't really too big attacking him either. They all wanted the quarterback scenario and stuff like that. But I'm like, y'all gotta understand this though. First of all, it didn't matter which DN we would have taken. First of all, too, you see Trayvon Walker with his own team that probably got better pieces around him. He only still got 1 sack. And then you look at Kayvon, I'm not sure if he hit home yet, but it wasn't really ultimately going to matter which one we took. The problem is we're not healthy and we don't have enough veteran presence all across the defense. And then worse than that, we just lost Tracy Walker. So, and you know what? Like I said, before you came in here, I said if anybody is a weak link with this regime, to me personally, and this may be unfair for some people, it's Brad Holmes. Because when you have a thin roster coming into this year and you had no choice but to get starters left and right, guys who can come in and immediately hit the ground running, you kind of bailed on that and you got guys that you personally liked and took gambles with those picks to get hurt players. And this team.
I agree with you in ways of that, and that's always been my bitch. And when we on the show, I always say knock on wood because health is always been, no pun intended, our Achilles heel.
Yeah.
And it's starting to rain down on us game after game after game, starting the season that we just cannot stay healthy.
Right.
And that was always my knock on Swift. When we drafted him. And I was a little deterred by Georgia. I liked him coming out of Georgia, but with him coming out of Georgia, he was always hurt. And that's not something that I wanted the Lions to do because he just was coming off the stint with Kerryon Johnson. Same type of guy, was a explosive guy, was a playmaker guy, but he was injury prone. Coming into the league, it's the same thing with Swift. And we drafted Swift. And then there's a guy that was sitting there out of Wisconsin, Jonathan Taylor. A nice size running back that's, number one in a lot of guys' fantasy leagues that we could have drafted over Swift. That was healthy. So I always have my reservations with that. It's like even right now, can we honestly say that? Should we stay? Waiting to see if Swift is going to break out or not? Because as good as he is, that injury bug, because even coming into this game, he was already limping into the game. Now you add on the shoulder situation. It's the dependability thing. And it's always seems that way with the Lions when it comes to their draft and when it comes to their free agency picks. We can't get a full season out of these guys to where, to have a chance. So we definitely, in my opinion, we'll have to work on that depth because for some reason, I don't know if it's cursed or not.
Mm-hmm.
We need depth because for sure these guys need this time.
Yeah. You know, you said something that hit me too just a second ago. Nah, see, thing is about with Swift. Honestly, yeah, that is a problem. We do take a lot of players that high talent but high injury kind of thing. We do that a lot. And the thing with Swift though, that I can understand why they picked him, but I feel like part of what helps these players get hurt is their initial management when they first get these guys. You know, when you got Swift and Carry-On both, we knew they both had sort of an injury history. You play if you're not going to play them or start them at all. I feel like you shouldn't even start them at all then, or let them play it at times. Period. Because what's the point of you giving somebody 8 carries and then letting them will and deal with it, and then sit there the next game come back with 10 carries, and then when you give them a serious load of carries, as soon as they start showing signs of life, they get hurt, and it's like. Why even bother? Like when I look at Derrick Henry, they didn't do that with Derrick Henry over there. They let DeMarco Murray start, and Derrick Henry was the backup. And at times late in the season, he got playing time here and there, but he didn't really start showing his light until he became the starter, and DeMarco Murray was gone, and they won that playoff game.
With Swift coming in, like I said, we had Swift and Carry-On at the same time. It took old veteran like Adrian Peterson to show them. Mm-hmm. The ways of the running back. Even in his old time, he was still able to push forward, which I'm glad that we was able to get him just for that year, even though he wasn't the Adrian Peterson that we all have, grown to hate because how he used to destroy the Detroit Lions over the years.
Yeah.
But to have that veteran presence, and that's something that I believe is that we need. We need that veteran presence in that running back room just because of these situations like we're in right now. Swift was the main concept to this offense.
Yeah.
Him and then with St. Brown being hobbled, that changed the whole trajectory of that game.
Yeah.
Play calling, everything changed when those two guys were inadequate. So ultimately we're going to do a blame game. Knock on wood, we got to blame once again. It's coming in and creeping its ugly head in this organization.
Yeah. And, another thing, too, people got to understand this. Part of the reason why it's kind of like that, as good as Ben Johnson is so far for the most part, he's still a raw rookie offensive coordinator. So people got to give him time to figure out other language. That's part of the reason why I think they've been shying away from the run game when they had the lead. Because I feel like he's trying to get Goff to see if he can test the playbook with the receivers that he has. Because think about it now, let's say St. Brown is gone and he's not playing this game. What kind of passing rhythm y'all go find for him to get the ball out of his hand? Because you ain't. Another thing is, we shitting on T.J. Hawkinson. I know he's had some drops. Problem is, I ain't seen him barely get put in a real route either. Because everybody quoting that first game he had in his career. The thing people forget is that they put him in some really good routes and he responded to it.
Yeah.
We've been having him back by the line of scrimmage and allowing the defense to get the edge on him so he can't even haul in the ball, not to make an excuse, but put him on a real route and tell Jared Goff to deliver the football.
Yeah, and that's why I say I believe him and Goff.
And I guarantee you he will catch it.
Yeah, that's why I say I believe him and Goff.
Yeah. And I think that's the reason why they've been making Jared Goff throw the ball. This is also on Dan Campbell, too, because think about it. What's the one thing you can't hear for the last 2 years, especially in Hard Knocks? Tempo. He don't use his brain as a head coach like that. He's a real, he comes with his emotion. He makes emotional decisions. So with a guy like him, he's he wants a tempo on his offense. He consistently wants. So if he wants the tempo, he wants you to throw the ball and spread it out and try to make something happen. That's why we do some of the stuff we do too. What's up, ON16? What's going on? Say finally. Glad you could make it to the show, man. But yeah, that's what Dan Campbell is. Some of this is on him too. You know how they say the coach is giving his identity, putting his identity on this team. This team plays just like how I imagine Dan Campball will play, is as a person. And this is why we do some stuff we do.
And I also said, like you said, the blame game situation. There's a lot of blame going on those fourth down calls, which for me, I don't mind at all. The thing is, if you make it, you get the praise, and if you don't, you're gonna have guys talking about it for 3 or 4 days and being boneheaded. But watching that game, especially in the first half, when they had those fourth down opportunities, every time they did go for a fourth down, I was right there with them. I'm like, yeah, y'all need to go for it. Yeah. One, we missed the kick. Two, the area that we were in. Yeah, the defense was holding steady. Now we did give up a tying touchdown on that last drive, but we made the first couple of fourth downs on some great schemes. When it's calling those plays. So I tweeted it out like, the play calling right now it's been exceptional. That first half. The second half may be a little different story, but second half change was you said DeAndre Swift and Amari Brown came injured. So things changed from that perspective. And I think a lot of guys got to recognize that when they're saying about the play calling and the kicker, missing the kicks. Now, I would have to admit, I wouldn't have whipped for that kick in the 4 foot. I would have punted it deep and make Minnesota work. Now, that one right there, you have to put some blame on. I would definitely say I would blame that portion right there. Yeah, you got to take fault for that because, like I said, we haven't been consistent that day with the kicking. I believe our defense would have been enough to hold them, not from scoring a touchdown. At least if they would have did anything, they might have got a field goal and tied the game. But we probably would have had a better chance. So, there was, some mix-up. What up, though? 16?
Yeah, I feel that. You know what else though? We've done every trick play on special teams except the one that we was most successful with last year, and that's the fake punt. That would have probably, if that 4th and 1, if they were chose to go for a fake punt and threw the ball to somebody, we probably could have ended that game right there too.
Yeah, there was opportunity.
Yeah, it was.
But you gotta realize, like, this is what we've been asking for from the Lions to beat every game. Have a chance to win. If we lose by some craziness, it's a little upsetting, but this is what we've been asking for.
Yeah.
Close competitive game. Or if you're going to win good, but make sure everything that we're able to compete. And that's why I was saying that we're like a 500, maybe a game or two above 500 type of team, depending on the coin flip, in my opinion, because I believe we have a team that can compete with anybody in the league. Especially if you watch the games this past weekend. I don't think people need to be upset with the Lions. You see how crazy these games were this past weekend?
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot of 1 or 2 teams out there that we didn't think it was going to be 1 and 2.
Cincinnati.
We got Oakland 1-3. Oakland got the best wide receiver out there, and they're 1-3 right now.
Tom Brady.
We got they 1 and 2.
And their offense not clicking word for darn. We know why.
So the panic, simmer down now. You watch some other games, you be like, okay, well, we got time.
Yeah, and the thing is too, while we talking about the whole scenario on blame gaming, this is one that I'm back on the defensive side of the ball. This is one blame I need to stop happening. If these people don't leave Aaron Glenn the hell alone, I get it, but when you don't have much talent to work with and you got kids, your play calling go a little suspect at some point. I mean, what the hell you expect? It's not like he got, Patrick Queen at linebacker or somebody and another person complimenting Aiden Hutchinson up front, and then you didn't lose Trace. What do y'all expect this man to do with a practice squad and special team ace-led defense that just not getting no Kuda to start playing, and you get one bad game from Monty? I've been calling this for years. I said as soon as he get his last couple years on his rookie deal, he had 1 or 2 bad moments. This whole fan base go through straight to ass and what I'm going. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it's the fair weather, folks, But you know, like you said, it's going to take some time. Like I said, we got a young defense. A lot of these guys is young. So if you understand the game and you watch the game, you see what's out there, you appreciate what he's doing out there on defense. Because honestly, he's not going to have him for long. I feel he's probably going to be the next up in line for a head coaching position is available because of what he's been with the little that he has. So imagine, I'm hoping that he may be able to keep it and we can finally get the talent out there, get the experience out there under his tutelage, and see what we can do, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you know what? And I got a solution to hitting back to what you said too about DeAndre Swift and what we gonna have to do if we should wait on him to come back. First of all, well, obviously this season we gotta wait on him to come back and see what happens afterwards. Like if he come back healthy and then we had to ride this thing out with him, that's cool. But even then, like the Lions could, and I know people don't think we need to, but the Lions could get a running back in the 4th or 5th round that could be a beast. A lot of teams are doing that now. You see a lot of running backs coming out in day 3, like Kareem Hunt, and you got Elijah Mitchell who did just get hurt. These guys coming out and they beasted, and we have the offensive line. So it's like if you do run it down, you can draft another young running back, depending on the style you want them in, and try this thing out. It is about the Lions. So they got options to do that next year. And as far as, like I said, here's another thing with like the thing with Jared Goff. We already know what he is. Obviously, he hasn't played perfect, but you can argue his own, but for actually making a smart play. I don't care about the interception that happened late in the game. So to me, he gave us enough to win, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. And that's all we could hope for Jared Goff.
It's not a lot that we, for me, I know we're in need of somebody more athletic. Yeah, I get it. I'm not shocked, but as long as he doesn't blow it, I'm okay with Goff for now. Like I said, for now. So I'm not gonna put too much pressure on it. But man, I appreciate you for letting me. I'm about to jump off, man, but I'm about to jump into your comments though, man. Appreciate you for letting me in, man. Keep it with you for a minute. I had to show my boy some love from one time.
Hey man, I appreciate you. I was looking for y'all Sunday. I don't know what happened, man. I was like, where did you go?
we were going on, but we had King and had a lot of running and stuff to do. But we will be back on this Sunday, so you guys make sure y'all look out for us. Also, we will be down there at the Pistons practice this Sunday too. So look out for your boy. We always keep hangs on us too.
Man, I got to work this weekend. So, and I know the first
definitely will be back, man.
Okay.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man, for letting me in.
Hey, I appreciate you for coming in, man.
For sure.
All right. Yeah, man. Look, I can't disagree nothing with brother Big Willie said, man. He's 100% right about the stuff he came in here saying. We do listen. It's too early to sit here and be blowing gaskets. I understand we gave up the lead, and I understand that certain people didn't have performances that we wanted them to have. But to act like it's the end of the world when you got 14 games left over, this fan base needs to just calm down, bro. It's really not that damn serious. I know we had I know we had the lead twice in double digits points, but come on. You cannot sit here with a young team and just expect 12 wins and 13 wins. You just can't. You just can't. Like you have to have some kind of progress. Like when I know things are getting better, man. Like when I'm seeing the Lions actually have an offensive line that's holding up despite the injuries and giving them a chance. My quarterback, to be fair, was seeing the blitzes. And in fact, I'll tell you this much, and maybe I'm pushing it with this. One of the best plays Jared Goff made, and I know it's going to sound weird, is when he saw the blitz come and the whole pocket completely opened up, and he ran to only got like a yard or 2.5 for a run and slid down with that ugly slide. That was one of his best plays he made. You know damn well this time last year, Goff was taking every sack and getting strip fumbled and everything around the same time, the same situation. The fact that he's actually stepping up as a 27-year-old quarterback by all means, remember that he is like 27 years old. He's still young. there's things he's still learning. I think personally, I think they said the only winning they know is Michigan. Yeah, this fan base don't know anything about winning football. Yeah, yeah, and you know what? Credit to Dan Campbell, man. Listen, that's more reason why I credit Dan Campbell personally because I believe he's trying to figure that out, how to properly win. I believe. Look, for some reason, when he says that he know he effed up and he know we can expect something different, I can actually hold him to his word. Because although it didn't look pretty, if you remember this a little later this time last year, we had a big L we took to the Cincinnati Bengals at home, and we were going on the road. He was at that press conference, mad. He was ready to choke Jared Goff out. Let's be real. He was mad, but he sucked it up, and that's when we went into LA to meet our old lover boy. And yeah, but in LA, and then he decided to come out with all them trick plays to begin the game after Jared Goff for the first time in his career avoided a blitz at the last second for DeAndre Swift to go 73 yards for a score, and then we only got 3 points off the trick plays, but he brung it, man, and he made that game closer than it theoretically probably would have been had he not tried that and had Goff not connected with Swift early in that game. So he came with it. And I never gave my review at that point. I wish at the end of that game last year when I was watching, I was like, man, they should have ended this game the way they started. I was like, they should have ran the ball and then did a trick play to catch them off guard even more when they took it. Hey, what up, Doe? What up, Doe? What up, Doe? We Three Kings Sports, appreciate it. We just had Big Willie on, man. Big Willie Styles is just up in here, man, laying down and some fire in here, man. Appreciate him again. Just the first time I finally figure out how to invite people on the show. So for anybody else that knows, the link should be still in the chat somewhere if it's possible. And if you want to come in and say something, you damn sure can. I don't mind it. As long as anybody know who comes in here, gotta be respectful, of course. But pretty much people I rock with are usually like that. So I don't have too much to worry about. But yes, sir. A bit what up though to you, man. And yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like this game, it was actually a good game. I know it was ugly, and I know frustrations was necessary, but it was a good game. When you look at the Washington Commanders, man, that game too, it was good. The Philadelphia game was good, man. I don't care about the defense right now giving up 31 points because again, they're young and there's a lot of players playing in that defense that's never been starters. And some of these guys never even saw this much time playing time. Like in their career, man. They trying to build something from nothing. Dan Campbell is in the most life give me lemons make lemonade situation I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, they didn't have the most cap space in the offseason to really acquire some better players. And especially when you consider you're a 3-win team trying to get somebody in free agency, that's not gonna happen. So you have to make best what you can. The best thing we can do is just continue to hope for the best. Obviously, we want to hope and see that Ben Johnson just continues to grow as an offensive coordinator. I think that's one of the most important things we need to be focusing on right now. And ignore the unnecessary expectations. I still got my window for about 5-6 wins because I still see a team that can go out there and win 5-6 wins. I would love more, and I would be damn sure happy if they are able to attain to get more. But it's the same thing with the Pistons last year. Remember the Pistons? They were in a lot of games. They had like 20-point leads. Then they're in the fourth quarter. Here come the last 3 minutes, they lose the lead and they lose the game by 5. It happens. I can't. I'm at work. Oh damn. Hey, you gotta make that cheddar, man. Don't be though. It's all good. I ain't know you gonna make your cheddar, bro. Gotta make that money, that guap. Gotta get I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. But yeah, the reason why I brought up the Rams game last year is because the thing is, the, when he made adjustments after the Cincinnati Bengals game, and he did the stuff with the Rams, and then we get blown out by the Eagles. He relieved Anthony Lynn of his play calling duties and promoted Ben Johnson to pass game coordinator and all that stuff. We saw improvement. It took a little bit of a minute, but we saw improvement. And he had enough balls to do it, and he did it respectfully. He didn't fire Anthony Lynn mid-season. No, he kept him there. He still involved him, and they parted ways in the offseason. I can actually say they parted ways this offseason versus him just firing him. You know what I'm saying? He did it respectfully, and you know what he did this year? He made him offensive coordinator, and now with their backs against the wall after 3 games, now we got to see him make adjustments again, and I'm confident that he will. Regardless who may not play in this next couple of games and who may not be available, he's going to find some kind of way to make adjustments and try to, get the offense the stability to give us a chance to still compete in these games and have a chance to possibly even come away with a win or two. You know what I'm saying? These next 2 games are winnable. Don't look past the defenses on these games, but on an offensive standpoint, they are winnable. The Lions just got to find a way to stop the run at the very least, and they're gonna have to find a way to keep the offense flowing. That's the main 2 objectives they had. What happened? Oh no, I was having technical difficulties and my mic ended up accidentally hit the mute button, and yeah. So I don't know if you caught any of that, but yeah, I was just saying that I'm giving Dan Campbell some trust to fix the problems and go through his progressions throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? When you got a young team, that's what you do. They just need the simple thing right now. We got a lot of young talent. We got to get healthy. I can't wait to get Romeo quarterback. Levi Onwuzurike. I don't know if we even go get him this year. Then you still got Pascal. We don't know if they go play Kirby Joseph some more or not, or if they go actually play him. And then you got Jamison Williams coming eventually. So, by week 9 or 10, these guys could be here. Half these guys I just talked about could be here because Romeo was supposed to be working his way back after the first 5 games anyway. So we could be seeing Romeo in the next 5-6 weeks. Best believe we gonna use TJ and DJ Sunday. LOL. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it is. He caught some nice passes in the early game, but he kind of messed up. Kool-Aid and cornbread. Oh, do we get Jerry Jacobs back? I don't know. Jerry Jacobs might be a late scratch because I don't know. And it depends too if we even need him because we still got the Rook. Probably will be back in the next 5 weeks too. What's his name? Chase Lucas. Then you gotta look at AJ Brown. If they do get in some trouble, they can move somebody around and bring AJ Brown to the roster. And I think they kept saying on Smith. But he could though. But I think he could be still out for most this year. And depending on how many injuries we get, we may not see him at all unless we get a lot of injuries. They go force the guy named Will Harris. Kool-Aid and cornbread again, man. Welcome to the show. But they go probably force Will Harris down our throat. And I, for one, am not a fan of that at all. No weirdness. I'm going to say that. But yeah, man, I ain't too concerned with the cornerback scenario. It's more the front 7 in the safety position. I need to see what they go do with that because, they go play the rook. If they go play with their rookies, then go ahead and play with the rookies. But Jacobs was pretty darn good for a rookie free agent last year. Yeah, he was solid. Most of the rookie free agents, the UDFAs we brung in last year, they played solid, man. But at some point, I can understand why they got Hughes. Hughes he's sort of a veteran, so he kind of needed that experience, man. And at the end of the day, that's what we still lacking overall. And like I was saying last stream, we need to get a young linebacker and a veteran in the off season because this linebacker core need work, bad work. You know what I'm saying? Rodrigo does have 22 tackles. And he's been giving me effort at the very least. I could say effort. He's solid for a 6th round pick. But is he the whole world? No, he's not. And we know Alex Anzalone, what he is. And then your DT rotate got a revolving door, so it's a lot of unhealthy players that's need to come back. So I love Jerry Jacobs, but I'm more concerned with Romeo coming back because I think Romeo back and Aiden, those two back, with their hands in the dirt again. Now we can start getting into it. Now I'm saying now we can probably start generation pass rush eventually. Especially if we do get Pascal. I'm saying so. Eventually, when he gets his groove, towards the end of the year, you might see some better playing going on for this young defensive line. But early in the season, they go give up a lot of points. They go give up 30 points a game. It's just to be expected. It is what it is. I think people mistook Charles Harris for this, all pro level type of edge rusher, but it's a reason why he was considered a first round bust. Yeah, he's got last couple of seasons he's had been solid, but that's what he is at best right now. It's solid. So people just got to recognize what's on their D line, what's on their defense, what their team situation is. I get it, the offensive line, scenario, but hey, listen, got chemistry issues. This is a young team. It just is young team, and for people to be fired, and it just ain't gonna fly. We can't blame every time we lose a game. Oh, Jared Goff overthrew. It happens. Okay, you're gonna have a quarterback that's gonna overthrow a pass. It just is. That's what it comes down. So I just say, calm down, man. That's how I've been feeling about the Lions, man. But you know what? While I got y'all in here, guess we could talk about next game. They pretty much just got to stop the run and try to generate pass rush. That's the same game plan as it always been. Try to, Geno Smith shouldn't be this quarterback that we got to worry about like that. Figuratively, they are playing well, Seattle, but I mean, come on, man. We should be able to send some heat on them and stop the run, stop K9, stop a lot of guys that's there on that offense and contain them. Don't let the ball come nowhere near to DK Metcalf. And on the other side of the ball, we pretty much know what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm about to make a shirt that says run, pressure, repeat. Like at this point, you can put that on a shirt and sell it. Like we know what we need to do to win these next couple games. And that's just my preview for that because I don't see what else is. We know they got some receivers over there. We know they got a running back over there they just took in the draft, and they're a well coached team. But we know what we got to do to beat them, pretty much. I'm gonna look at some other stuff. Maybe I'll make a video and give you an official review, preview, but that's later then or now. Now, if y'all want, I got a few more extra minutes to talk a little bit about the Pistons. I know I've been late and haven't really touched on them at all. They made a trade. Yeah, of course I know I'm late to the party, but they made a trade for Bogdan Bogdanovic. So, for which we need, they can shoot the basketball. Experienced career 18-point kind of game type of player. That's kind of what we've been needing. You talking about with a young kid roster. They extended the offers for Killian Hayes and Stewart and Sadiq Bey and them for their fourth year and stuff. So that's good. And they about to expand on these guys' roles. The Pistons. Sunday we pushing P on them niggas. Let me tell you something, Owen. Let me tell you something, my guy. Boy, you got issues, man. Said we pushing P on them, dog. No, he didn't. Thanks for the Lions talk. Have a good night. One pride. Hey, one pride to you, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Have a good night. Have a really good and blessed night. But yeah, man, the Pistons need a hell of a veteran player, man. You know what? I still think it's another move coming because you still technically have Kemba Walker on this roster, and they keep saying like they're not going to keep him. But I don't know what they're gonna do because it's like I don't want us going into the season with him still on the roster and knowing he's not gonna play. Like, what? I mean, I guess you can, but if you go get a roster going and you trying to figure out who go do what, you at best should consider to trade him for something and try to get some for him. If it's another veteran player, I would prefer that because this team, if they come out really trying to start competing, that don't mean they're going to the playoffs, but they're saying they're ready to start competing now. So if they're ready to start trying to compete for real this time, that means we got to start thinking about 32 wins, 35 wins, you know what I'm saying, that type of area, you know, with added by, so you bring it back your core that you from his first draft. So at some point, they got to make a move. I think they're still trying to make a deal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got to see now who they're going to acquire because one thing I hope they don't do is get Westbrook in here. Man, that shit pissed me off the other week when I kept hearing that flare up. I said, man, we better not trade for this dude. I don't care for what reason it is. We better not trade for Russell Westbrook, bro. I was so upset when they came out with that report. I said, quit trying to link him to us. We already know he go try to come here when he's 39 years old. Nobody wants him. Like, nobody wants that dude, God. But no, man, we do need to find a package, though, for Kemba. And I'm saying, you got rid of Kelly Olynyk. Wow. I didn't think we'd be able to get rid of him to get Bob, but man, can't say I'm not happy. Stephen Lee, you know, he go get a chance now to, you know, start over in his career now. You know, after the couple of years of development he's gone through. Now he'll probably get more opportunity to try to work on his game. In that direction, now they hit the rebuild button and they're going into it, so he'll probably have more opportunity. To start working on his career. So I wish him nothing but the best. But I'm trying to figure out who we can trade Kemba for. Like, any names y'all got in the chat? Like, who would you like to see come here who you think we might be able to get for him that actually makes sense? Like, I can't think of nobody right now. Because if it was up to me, I'll still get either another big that can defend the rim. Because I still believe that they want to groom Jalen Duren, so I don't think he's going to be starting. And you do have Marvin Bagley and Isaiah Stewart, and now Nerlens Noel. But I mean, that's three players with a touch of the fourth guy who I mentioned, Jalen Duren. 2 second-round picks. So man, get them second-round picks out of here. No, what you can do is trade him with a second-round pick and another player we don't need. Try to get somebody else. Like, it comes down to this. I need a veteran point guard. I need either another big that's because Kemba needs are cooked. Yeah, true that. But I need a veteran point guard for real. Not because of Killian Hayes. I mean, obviously he should be the guy, but a veteran point guard that can actually come in and give you some solid minutes in certain lineups. You know what I'm saying? There'll be like, you can have times where you have Cade and Killian out together, and then you can bring a veteran point guard off the bench, or you go out there and get another rim protector too. Like, they could do that. I'm between that. Because even though you could say get another shooter, you still got Bay, you have Bob, and now you got other like Ivy. It's things that they got to do. Say we got Kojo. Shout out to King. Ooh. See, hey, listen, man. Look here. I'm gonna message him. I'm gonna message him. Now we know they kick it. And they be out there at the casino and stuff like that. But you didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from me, man. You didn't hear that from me, bro. You hear that, dog? They at the casino. You know what I'm saying? They be out there clubbing and stuff like that. But you didn't hear that from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he the reason why he got signed here and traded here. Like, yeah, then he talk crap. They be trolling each other. But you didn't hear that from me. But nah, man, Corey Joseph get his ass on. Like, it's only so much he can provide as a veteran, bro. Like, he can be part of the trade package too, but I don't think they get rid of him. That's Casey's boy. Oh boy, I don't see what else he brings, man. Like, I just don't. Like, you can only learn so much from him. Like, or he can only do so much for you. Like, he's not gonna help you in a way like help us advance to win an extra game or so. Like, he's just there. I don't really get like his role there. I mean, I get he's a veteran, but come on, man. Like, can you get somebody that can be an impact for the player? Like, you get somebody who can impact these players that can actually learn from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Nothing against them personally, just saying. Mm-mm. Man, I'm trying to figure out who though, man. Like, I've been seeing articles. They gonna come out with some crazy, you know, trade proposal that's gonna give us a player that don't want to be here. So I'm sick of seeing that. Man, I'm so fed up with it. I'm almost damn near want to bring Reggie Jackson back here, bro. That's no cap, yo. No fucking cap. Like, I'm almost tempted to say bring him back at this point. Shit. Kimber needs are cooked. Yeah. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Who's out there that can help us? We gotta figure something out. I'm about to look at. There's gotta be an article. Hold on. It's gotta be an article. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a good trade though. Like I said for Bob, man. We go see what's go happen next with the Pistons. They finna get into like you heard earlier. They finna get into uh they work out, they training camps and stuff like that. They workouts and stuff Sunday. I think the first preseason game is next Tuesday. I forgot who it was against. But yeah, their first preseason game that's Tuesday, man. So I'm gonna be definitely looking to watch that game and see how they plan and see what's new and see Ivy and how he's looking since the summer league and what to see what we can expect from our some of our roots. And yeah, and you got Cade. I hear he got bigger. That's a good thing to hear that he's adding strength. So I'm glad to hear that for him. The jerseys look fire, by the way. The new jerseys that we got, they do look fire. Uh, some of the best stuff I've seen in a while, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, that's the word. I gotta still watch some of the press conference stuff, they media days and all that stuff. I still gotta get more time to watch. Killian about to have a big year. Yeah, you know what? I've been hearing too about his shooting, man. He's been working on that jump shot. He been putting the work in all season, to get himself better, man. So I'm happy for him on that part. But now we just gotta see it on the basketball court though, because all that's good, but he has to be able to put it on the court, on the NBA court, man. That's kind of the thing we waiting on Killian. He's young, he's talented. I'm glad he wants to be more of a vocal point on the defensive end, as far as his voice speaking up more. But if he could also touch the offense a little bit, Sada baby at whack, so whack. Yeah, he is. He is. I understand that. And I was telling that to one of the guys too, but you know what? That he made point one thing he made sense though. At the end of the day, Sada's still calling him out. And if somebody calling you out, you gotta show up because you can't make him look right. And, you know what I'm saying? He is a clown, but Killian got to be able to respond. He ain't got to say nothing, but he got to respond with his play. The best way, if somebody calling you out, you got to shut them up. So, yeah, I get you, but these are young players, right? You gotta look how weird that is. Like all the guys who adapted to the Detroit culture and all that, and then he's the odd one out of it that's just kind of going his own way. Like you gotta if you want to be a part of the team, you gotta show it, man. You gotta show that. But yeah, man, you gotta show you a part of the culture. So I can understand to a certain degree why I had to think about it too when I think King was the one who broke it down to me sort of. But yeah, Killian just got to show that he about that life when it comes to the game of basketball and why he got drafted, what he did, and why they saw the potential in him. And that's the best way you can shut somebody up like that. They don't know what they're talking about. So it's really up to him. I hope it's good to say you work on your jump shot, but you gotta take those jump shots, man. You gotta show the handles you've been working on. You gotta put it into the actual game. And continue to bully people on defense. That's just what he's gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? That's you gotta prove people wrong sometimes. You gotta show that you got flame about you. You gotta show you got fire in your soul. And eventually Killian will start. I think if he aggressive about it, he'll start knocking shots down. You see Slam dunking the ball. You know what I'm saying? He get into the rim. He tries to dunk on people now, fast breaks. He got a little flame in him, but he got to bring it out. There's nothing that somebody else can say because if he don't, you got to think about it. Like I said, they all young. So some of his teammates go probably at certain points, they probably go look at him a little bit different if he don't stand up for himself. So if he don't, they'll probably look at him different. Like, yo, man, you got this guy calling you out, and he inviting us to all the functions, but you not getting invited because he don't think you all that good. Like, we want you there, but you ain't stepping up. Like, you got to think about that. They all young, so yeah, like I get you, and I gotta say, me and you was on 100% on the same page, but I'm kind of starting to see why he is calling Killian out because you can't just be a quiet mouse all day. You gotta show people, why you here. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get all love to the guy though. All love to Killian, man. I think he gonna be real good this year. I hope he can break out and have a really good, successful year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about 16 points a game or nothing like that, but I think if he could at least get to 10, average a 10, 10, and 7 or something like that, that would be solid. And, start shooting a little bit higher, shooting a little bit more often, and taking the jump shots and taking it for itself, and then still setting people up and playing and stripping down defense. I don't think nobody had nothing to say. Isaiah Stewart, speaking of shooting, he appears to have got better on his jump shot, so that's good to see. He's looking a lot more smoother. He looks in shape, man. I can't wait to see some of these guys. I cannot wait to Tuesday. Hope I can actually make the game. I just thought about it because my schedule gonna be all iffy for the next week or so. So I probably will miss that game. I'm gonna try to watch it though when I can and see if I can get a little bit of it. But that Nets game, I'll probably be able to watch that one. This game 2, preseason game 2. Definitely be able to catch that one though, because I probably won't have to work. I know Tuesday I do, man. So I'm tired now. Shit. Let's see, I've been on here a little over an hour running my mouth at this point. Yeah, I pretty much got a lot where I wanted to get off my chest today. I just tell everybody to calm the emotion down, man. And it's one game. I get it. Got it right to be upset. 10, 7, and 5. Okay. Hey, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I can take that. Shit. But I'm gonna leave it at that though, man. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm about to get ready to go ahead and call it a night. Get me just relax. I'm getting kind of busy today and try to collect my thoughts, work on some things, clear this foam out too as well. Man, I need to create space and stuff. So I'm gonna get on about my way. Big shout out again to We Three Kings for showing up both in chat and channel, man, on the stream. Specifically Big Willie Styles, man. Appreciate you for going on here. And make sure y'all follow them guys, man, on all their social medias. We Three Kings is the same title for each channel link for anybody who hears this. I know you know Owen. And follow all these brands, man. Support Culture of Detroit. Help them out, man. Show them some support. They've given y'all the address and the information several times, so y'all probably know by now. But yeah, man, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for all for showing up and for the sub. Appreciate that. Kool-Aid and cornbread. And again, We Three King podcast. So I'm gonna check y'all on the next one, man. It's your boy, Nomas J. And he said, "What about Michigan?" Okay, I can give you I'll give you something quick. Michigan, with Michigan. This is they had a very competitive game. We go see how JJ McCarthy responds each week now that it may be starting to creep up into the more competitive teams that they go face. You know what I'm saying? We know that the defense was going to take sort of a nosedive after losing the guys they lost. So now that they got a chance to take some slightly better competition than they've been having, now it's about time to see how they go to that next gear now and prepping themselves for those real guys. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different when you're not playing Hawaii versus who we just be Maryland. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference in talent and level of skill that you're facing, man. So there's much better competition now. So we just want to see how well they go respond to things, man. Like I said, they should still win 10 games or 11 games or so, or 12 even possibly. But just to see the progression of JJ McCarthy now that he's got a few games to get his rhythm and his throwing arm strengthened and, get his rush going with the game. Now we go see how he looks next game. So we just go see how they play, man, each session, how the season goes. For now, that's the most I can give. Because they, like I said, they haven't really played anybody like that until yesterday. Till this past weekend. So yeah, that's the best thing I can do. We got a lot of talent on offense. I think Eric All got hurt though, didn't he? If he did, that's kind of messed up. But yeah, so I really got for y'all, man. So peace out. Those days out. All right. Thanks again, Owen. Oh yeah, my bad. Make sure y'all follow me make sure y'all stay up to date too. My Twitter. I'll be trying to post and do these live streams every week. Next stream, if I don't do nothing before this week over, it'll be the review of the game, but that may be also on a Wednesday. So you can probably look for another review of the next Lions game that Wednesday. But yeah, now I can say I'm out.